Okay, y'all, so I'm here with another video. I am doing Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 1, Episode 7, I believe. Let's get to it. So, Jen is working on throwing Coach Shaw a birthday party. She is going to throw him a hip-hop themed birthday party at, I feel like they was at Top Golf. That's where I feel like they was at, is Top Golf. So yeah, I've never been to Top Golf, but I want to go. Everybody says that it's fun. I'm gonna go. Next time I can go to Top Golf, I'm gonna see if I can go. I would like to go, even though I can't go for shit. But anyway, so yeah, so she's getting all that together. So then we go over to Mary. Now last episode we did not. I don't. We seen Mary in the beginning, like when they be flashing with what they're doing. But after that, we didn't see Mary. So Mary's on the phone with her step granddaddy, okay, aka her husband, and she's just talking to him. I guess he's like going around to look at their different houses. So the producer's like, so how many houses do you guys have? And she's like, well, I don't really know. I think there's like five that she counted. Again, all of this was passed down to her from her grandmother. She also said that her grandmother has like a mortgage company, so I wonder if that's where a lot of the money comes from. I'm just confused on where her grandmother gets her money from, got her money from. Is it from scamming and duping them church people, or did you use the money that you scammed from the church people to like buy all of this other stuff like a mortgage company, and then I don't know, whatever. So anyway, so she's on the phone talking to him, and pretty much Mary is saying to her step granddaddy, aka her husband, saying that she pretty much feels some type of way because she really is she kind of has been left out of the group a little bit since everything has gone on between her and Jen. And she just feels like, well, what is it that I did? Like, I didn't do anything wrong, and all of y'all are just being mad at me. And she starts crying or whatever, which, girl, don't cry over these hoes not fucking talking to you. Who cares? Like, it's not that big of a damn deal. But the way I look at it is like, you did kind of start it, like this whole situation. You technically started it, Mary. Um, Now what happened at your little table, little situation, little whatever, little brunch you tried to have with them? I felt like y'all was both wrong in that situation. Like Jen was wrong because she just kept. She was like, it felt like to me like she was making excuses, but at the same time, you didn't let her talk. You did cut her off in the middle of her talking. So it's like I feel like both of y'all are wrong or whatever. But she pretty much feels like none of the other girls are standing up for her. That they're all pretty much just taking Jen's side when it comes to this whole situation. But girl, don't cry. Who cares? Don't do not fucking cry. So then we go over to Heather and we finally see Heather's ex-husband. He comes over. I think it's like Valentine's Day or whatever. And she talks about their relationship a little bit more. She says that pretty much they were never really like compatible together. Like she got married to pretty much get married and have kids. Like that was pretty much her whole goal. She didn't really give a fuck about nothing else. And I think she said when they went to go see Scary Movie 3, there's like a part where there's like a glory hole. And he was like, no, we're getting up and we're leaving now. And then because she like had an issue with that or didn't agree, he pretty much withheld sex from her. And then she said, what did she say? She said, I guess the breaking point in their marriage is when I think one of her daughters were gonna, I think they were gonna get baptized. She said, and her husband was like, well, I need you to change the date so that my sister can be there. And she was like, no, I'm not changing the date. And he was like, okay, you're not changing the date. You do what you want to do, and I'll move out. I'm like, that seems a little over dramatic, but he gives me, from those two instances right there, he really gives me it's my way or the highway type of vibe or whatever. So if you want to leave, if you want to leave, then baby, I'll leave. I'll let it go, girl, it's over. But we say, but before we say goodbye, let's give it a try. If you leave, don't give it a try then. Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty much the end of their marriage. So yeah. It seems like he's lonely as hell. I will say that. So then Mary invited Whitney over to her house. And Mary's house is a fucking mess. Like it's a mess in the sense of how there's just shit all over the place. And you go into her bedroom and she has clothes all over the place. Talking about some, oh, I have clothes in here because all of my other closets is overflowing with clothes. And like Whitney said, if you have a 20,000 square foot home and you still have to use your room for your clothes, you have a like you're a hoarder, and I agree. I do think that Mary does give me like hoarder vibes. She gives me she's just so into labels. Like it's a little cringy sometimes. Like it just gives me validation. Like you're just trying to buy all of this shit because you want to be validated by all of the people around you, and that could be because you are a black woman living in a mostly white area, and maybe that's your way to make you feel like, well, I'm on par with you hoes too because I have this and I have that and I have this and I have that. But I don't know, she does, it does look like a fucking hoarder. It just it's expensive hoarding, but it's still hoarding at the end of the day, you know what I mean? So yeah. So she was like, let's just cut to the shit. Mary, she was like, I'm gonna just get right to it because my whole thing is I don't understand why none of y'all is standing up for me in regards to Jen. Nobody is trying to take my side. Y'all are just pretty much letting her ice me out of the group, you know, and I don't think that that's fair. um and you know, she said that I've talked to Lisa and I've talked to Meredith, and they've both told me that they won't say anything to her because they're scared or whatever. And I'm like, scared? Scared of what? Like, scared of what? Scared of her snapping or something? Okay, if she yells, then she yells. Either you yell back or you be a grown ass adult and you pick up your shit and you walk away. What is it to be scared of? Don't get that. So then we go on to Meredith and her husband. They're like being all lovey dovey, and Brooks is getting on my nerves. He's a grown ass. He needs to get some business. Brooks needs to find some business versus being all up in your parents' business. And to be quite honest, what a lot of people say, I agree. I think Brooks really just wants to be on TV. I really think that's what it gets down to. I think he wants to be on TV so badly. That's why he's being as involved as he is. Like, because some of those things, oh, I sleep right underneath you. So if you guys are going to have sex, that's out of pocket. Like, what? I would never in my life. Oh my gosh, she's annoying. But Meredith's ring is nice. The ring that like her actual wedding ring is really nice. So yeah. So they're working on everything. They're going to couples therapy. It seems like they're trying to work it out. Okay. So then Whitney, she goes to see Sarah. Sarah is a friend that she's had since high school. Sarah knows pretty much all of the girls. We seen Sarah when she came to on the very first episode or second episode, when she came to the party that Jen was throwing or whatever, and she thought it was Jen's birthday. Sarah is in her third fucking marriage, okay? And so yeah, so her and Whitney, they kind of get along on that level because they both are kind of divorcees and they're no longer in the Mormon church, so they kind of like, they kind of band, that's a band, they kind of bond because of that. um Let me see. I found that the one interesting thing Whitney did talk about is the fact that after she got married to Justin, how Justin's parents always kept up the wedding photo of him and his ex-wife. They kept it up for 6 years, and after 7 years, and after 7 years, they did put up a picture of him and Whitney together, but they still kept that picture of him and his ex-wife, and then they also added a picture of the ex-wife and her new husband. I said, ain't that, take that shit the fuck down. Why do you have a picture of in your house of my ex-wife and her new husband? What kind of sense does that make? It would make more sense if it was a picture of my wife and our kids together, you know, because those are their grandchildren. But what the hell does her husband? No, take that shit the fuck down. His parents are weird. um and then to have all three of those pictures up at the same time, that's just weird to me. That's just weird. But anyway, so Whitney pretty much asks, you know, she tells Sarah about the whole situation, about what Mary was telling her, about how she feels like nobody has her back. And she pretty much says, like, you know, what do you think I should do? And Sarah was like, I think you should talk to Jen about it, because if she is wrong, then you need to tell her. But also, if people are talking behind her back, then you need to let her know that too. And Whitney has a bright idea that she's gonna bring it up at this birthday party. I said, girl, I don't know why. I don't know why you could. I will agree with, even though I know I'm skipping to the end when I say this, but I do agree with Jen when Jen said you could have brought that up at a later date. Like she said, you could have told me the day before. You could have told me the day after. Why did you choose right then and there to tell me? But anyway, so then we switch over to Lisa for a little bit. And Lisa is out and about with her kids and stuff like that and doing stuff. Now, this is the thing. So Lisa right now, I guess, is like, her kids, she's gonna help her kids are like starting some type of business or whatever, and she's trying to help them get that off the ground and help them find this and help them find that and all of this other stuff, and she likes spending time with them. But this is no shade. I think it is important, and I think it's great that you're showing your kids, like, at a young age how to develop a business and how to sustain it and all of that. But I feel like this all still plays into the hand of what your husband is talking about, that is all about money for you at the end of the day. You can't even hang out with your children without it being underneath the guise of business. Even when they had that little meeting or whatever, that they family meeting, you're sitting up there asking them, okay, well, what's your business plan? And I need to see your business plan. Again, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with having your kids, helping your kids start a business and helping them learn that. But I just find it weird that even when you're spending time with your children, money being made at some point in time has to be attached to that. I don't know if I'm the only person who notices that. I think it's weird. Whatever. So then I think that was pretty much all till we get to the party. So yeah, so it's pretty much time for the party. Coach Shaw didn't know that he was having a party. It was supposed to be a surprise. Jen wears this. She throws on, because like I said, it's a hip hop thing. So she ends up throwing on the outfit that Beyonce had at the 2016 Super Bowl, I believe. The same year she did Formation and she performed. Remember, it was the jacket. It was like the old to Michael Jackson, the little jacket and the bullets coming down. Yeah, I liked her. I think she was spot on with that outfit. The outfit in particular, yeah, she was really, really spot on with the outfit. So I thought she did that correctly. But she pretty much told him that they were just gonna go out to eat, but she didn't tell him where. So I love the fact that when she did say we going to Popeyes, he got so happy. Black people love Popeyes, okay? It don't matter what tax bracket you at, you gonna love you some Popeyes. Now I don't like Popeyes chicken, but I do love Popeyes biscuits. Their biscuits are fucking fire, okay? So he was all super excited. You see everybody getting into there, whatever. So they finally get there, and surprise. And so he was really, really happy. He's seen a whole lot of people. I guess he didn't see in a long time. His former coach wife was there. People that he used to coach were there. So it seemed like there was a lot of people there who really, really cared about him and his fine son. Oh, Sharif was there. Oh my gosh. Oh, that man is so bad. He was there, okay? So yeah, so they started having fun or whatever. The party for real, it was lit. It looked like it was a whole bunch of fun. Y'all some old ass people. Y'all are so old and it's so in y'all dance moves, but it was still fun. Whitney was litty. Well, first of all, we already know that Whitney is the party queen. So if we come through and had this party, hold on, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm thirsty. Shit. I know when Whitney come through, she gonna hit you with the 1-2 step. She the party girl. So Sharif already knew they was gonna have this dance off or whatever. He was like, nah, what you mean? Whitney's on my side, cause he know I gotta get the right one on my crew, and that's Whitney. So him, Sharif, and Whitney start going against Jen and some of the other people. It was a really, really cute little fun little session. They was really having a lot of fun. I thought it was really, really cute. So as the night's going on, of course, everybody drinking, everybody getting litty, lit. And so Whitney is pretty much like, I also want to say Lisa is talking about some, that Whitney was doing too much. Like, stop twerking. Bitch, are you mad because you can't twerk? Are you mad because you're uptight and you're stuck up the butt? Like everybody said, all of that twerking and flipping, dipping you see on the ground, that's how she got her husband. Okay? You might want to do that before you lose your husband. So don't worry about what she's doing. Okay? All right. It was funny because the whole time Whitney was out there dancing, Justin was in a cut golfing. He cracking me up. He like, that's my wife. I already know how she get down. So then let's get to the bullshit. So at this point, you know, Whitney's litty. She's lit, and she's even said she's like, I had some liquid courage. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm about to go and I'm about to tell Jen, the fact that I was told by Mary that Meredith and Lisa was talking about her behind her back. Like I said, I do not think that this was the right time. I feel like she could have had a conversation with her after this party, maybe the next day, to really tell her, because I don't feel like this was anything that was pertinent to tell her right then and there. It just wasn't. Production, either you really was just being messy or production told you to do it. I don't know, but you didn't have to do it right then and there. So she ends up pulling Jen to the side or whatever, and then Heather sees her, so she runs up and she's like, just sitting there. I don't know why, but Whitney could not get it out. She could not get it out. She was like, okay, so I'm a straight shooter, right? And I stand for what's right or wrong. And so Wait. Let me start this thing. She was drunk as hell. Like, that's what that whole thing showed me. It wasn't even to me so much that she probably was a little scared to tell her, but she was also drunk as hell. That's why she kept fucking repeating herself. So to the point where Heather's like, look, okay, Heather and Mary said that Heather and Meredith was talking about you, that they said, that they told her that they scared you. That's what happened. And when he's like, oh my gosh, Heather, I had it. You was taking too long. Like Heather said, you was taking too long. So let's just cut to the point. And so, Jenna's like, what? Because at first she was like, are you cool with all of the girls? She was like, yeah, I'm cool. It's a clean slate. Everything's cool. So then when she said that, she was like, what? Like that doesn't make any sense. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? Like, they're scared of me? Like, they're talking shit about me behind my back to Mary? Like, what kind of shit is that? So they're kind of going back. I don't want to say they're going back and forth, but you know how Jen is. Jen's getting louder and louder and louder. So Lisa and Meredith find that as their cue to, production, get up. So they get up and they take their asses over there. And they're like, well, what's wrong? What's the matter? And so Jen is going to fuck off and she's like, I'm being told that both of y'all is talking about me behind my back to Mary, da 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 da. And so both of them are like, no, that's not true. So Lisa's like, let me pull you to the side, Jen, and let me talk to you. So Jen and Lisa are now talking on the side, and I guess Lisa's trying to explain to her, like, I never said that about you. Meredith is saying to Whitney and Heather, like, I don't know where she got that from, but I didn't talk about Mary to her. Like, I don't even get into that much detail. I've never talked in depth about about Jen to Mary. I've never done that before. So, like everybody said, somebody lying. Somebody is lying. Either Mary lying or you two hoes is lying. Somebody's lying about something. And so during this time, Whitney was like, well, fuck it. Seeing how I got all this little coverage, I might as well just put it out there too. Okay, well, Meredith, seeing how it's me and you here, I'm trying to understand why I want to put it out there that, Jen is walking around pretty much talking about your marriage. Like, she's going around talking really bad about your marriage, saying what's going on in your marriage and stuff like that. So now Meredith was like, what? Like, okay. And she said in her confessional, but you need to be concerned about yourself. You need to be concerned about yourself and about your marriage, but you're more concerned about mine. Like, don't worry about what goes on with me and my husband. And I'm like, that's right, Meredith, period. Because Jen keep taking shots, and I don't understand. Like, prior to this, I don't understand Jen being mad about Meredith talking about her, because that's what you've been doing. Like, Lisa, okay, maybe, but this whole time you have been talking shit about Meredith and her marriage this whole time. So why are you now mad that Meredith was talking about you to Mary? That doesn't make any sense. You've been talking shit about her marriage this whole time. Even in the confessional, even though I know confessionals are done at the end of the season, still on your confessional when she was talking about, if Coach Shaw don't appreciate what it is that I do, then I might as well go ahead and date somebody else. And then the production was like, is that supposed to be a shot at Meredith and Seth? And she was like, no comment. Bitch, it was. Why are you coming? I don't understand why Jen kept coming for Meredith in her marriage, like, prior to this. I don't get that. That's confusing to me. I don't know if it's like a deflection thing, like, because your household right now and your marriage is so shitty that you want to put the lens on somebody else's so that nobody's paying attention to yours. I don't really know. It's confusing for me. So yeah, so at this point, Meredith is kind of like fed the fuck up, because she's like, I'm ready to go the fuck home, because you're not about to sit up here and talk about me and my marriage, especially when you don't really know shit. So then Jen comes back, or Jen and Lisa joins everybody back, and they're kind of going back and forth about what was being said or whatever. And then Jen just kind of flips the fuck out. She's like, I don't want to fucking hear about Mary, and throws this glass and literally starts freaking the fuck out, goes inside and tells Coach, I'm like, we're going to fuck home. We're going to fuck home. And then ends up getting into the car or whatever. Her youngest son is in the car with her. He's like, Mama, stop. Mama, stop. I need you to stop. Mama, stop. 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 I want you to calm down. I want you to calm down. And, you could see they showing Coach Shaw in fine ass shit. We was talking, and he's like, your mom, like, she's drunk and she's doing the absolute most or whatever. And then the episode go off. This is no longer becoming entertaining to me. I'm talking about Jen's outburst. I really do think that she says that she has an issue, and it's not becoming, I don't find it to be entertaining anymore. That woman really needs, like, help. Like, she needs to, I don't know, I'm not trying to be funny, I don't know if she is off of her medication or what, but if she really is dealing with, I don't know if she said, I don't want to get it incorrect. I think she said she was bipolar. I think that's what she said. But if you are dealing with that, you need to explain that to the people that are close to you so that they don't trigger shit like that for you. Because you really do have a problem. And yeah, I don't find her outbursts entertaining or anything like that. I feel that it's somebody who's really dealing with like mental issues, and they really need to get the help that they need. Like for real, for real. You could even tell that that probably wasn't the first, second, third, or fourth time, but you could tell her son knew exactly how. Mama, I need you to calm down. Mama, I need you to calm down. Like you're doing too much. I need you to breathe. I need you to breathe. Like I'm not upset with Jen because of her snapping. I really do just feel like Jen really does have a chemical imbalance, and that needs to be taken care of. Because, like she said before, she said before that Coach Shaw told her, if you don't get this shit together, I will leave you. So I don't know what she needs to do. I don't know if she needs to go to therapy. I don't know if she needs to be on medicine, and I don't know if she's doing the two. She could absolutely be doing the two. But if that is the case, either somebody needs to up the dosage, she needs to see the therapist more, or she needs to let people that's close to her know like what her situation is so that she doesn't get triggered like that. Because that's not a good look. You pretty much damn near ruined your husband's birthday because you want to snap the hell out and flip everything the fuck over when that wasn't necessary. None of that was necessary. But again, I really think it's just more so that Jen really does have, she really does have like a mental issue that she needs to get under control. And I do think that it's because of the shit that's going on in her marriage. You can see next week that she's bawling and she's crying. She's saying to him like, I'm I'm so depressed because I'm not happy. Like you're never here. You know what I mean? Like I'm by myself all the time. So I'm pretty sure it's a combination. I'm pretty sure a lot of it comes from that. But I really hope that Jen gets the help that she needs. Like this ain't even for me to go in and drag Jen because not the point of this video. I really think she needs to get the help. I think Whitney, was she being messy? Yes. But I also do agree with Whitney when she said, I'm just tired of everybody talking about each other behind their back. Like, whatever it is y'all said about each other, like, we need to just put it out there so that we can all clear it and get the fuck out the way. I do understand that too. But y'all get in the comments. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I'm out back.